I'm sitting up here. I'm filling up all the horses' water buckets and got my farm dudes on, and I thought I'd do a little video up here. It's just so peaceful up here, and I've got all my plants, and I was gonna put everything in the garden, and it just got pretty hectic with all the other groundwork that I do on the farm, and then, you know, just the trips back and forth to Florida. So I've got trays of stuff I'll probably put in. It's really hot here. It's like 92 degrees, and just right now it's about 6 o'clock, maybe, yeah, close to 6. And I usually try to get out, just like most people that have outdoor work. I try to get out in the morning and later in the evening. Today, even though it was really hot, there's a really good, nice breeze. So it's not too bad up here now, but the horses drink a lot of water. The chickens need water. I'm probably gonna introduce Phoebe to the rest of the gang probably tomorrow. I introduced her and Annie about 2 weeks ago to Quackers, and there was no problem, no issues going on there. So just have to, I'm a little concerned about Lenny, and the hens may not take to her right away, so I'll have to be close by. But yeah, I'm gonna clean up everything. I've got some weed trimming this week to do. The temperatures are supposed to go down. I think tomorrow's gonna be our last hot day, and then the temperatures will drop. So a little bit of weeding, mostly just clean up. You know, when the daylilies start to die back, they get those, you know, where the stems were with the flowers, they dry, and it's just like straw sticking up. And then a lot of the leaves start to turn brown, so I've got to go and just kind of clean all that up. They turned early this year, and I think it's because we've had some really hot weather. So yeah, I'm just gonna hang out up here, and I've been really enjoying Audrey and Dave from 1824 Walker Farmhouse. If you get a chance, go over and check out their channel. They do amazing things. Lots of primitive decorating, which I love, and just different historic recipes. She showed a really good one. I showed it to my sister when I was in Florida, on how to make really high, thick biscuits in a frying pan, and boy, they looked good. They really looked good. So yeah, I'm just hanging out here. I'll show you the view down there. Let's see if I can show you. There's all the pine trees. And I don't know if you're seeing the chickens. And then there's all my plants that I'm going to play with in a minute. And of course, there's Beatrice. I hope you can see her. I'm not sure. I probably spun you around. I'll cut all that out if it doesn't work. But yeah, I'm just going to hang out here for a little bit, and I'm going to try to take some pictures. Oh, so in the loft above the big barn, it's kind of like a garage door. It's an easy pull-up door to get into the loft. When I came back yesterday, I thought, well, what happened was, like I told you in the other video, my neighbor was coming up here, and I brought all my plants and everything up here so she could just water everybody and take care of everybody up here rather than, you know, fussing around down around the house. I just thought it would make it easy. So I had the little ducks in the barn in a cage, and I came up on Wednesday before I left and made sure everybody was okay. And then she was up later in the afternoon to check on everybody, and everybody was fine. And then Thursday morning, we had a really bad windstorm come through here on Wednesday night around 9:30. And it was, my daughter Samantha said it was in Pittsburgh. It came out here, it blew a dead tree down, a poplar that we were going to cut down anyway. And it blew my umbrellas up, and it knocked things off tables, and it was a mess. But I thought, you know, when she came up, the cage was just pulled apart just a little bit. So I'm wondering if it was a raccoon, because we do have those. But Phoebe was still in there, and Kathy took Phoebe over to her house because she didn't want anything to happen to her. And so I thought, well, maybe the raccoon didn't get Annie, and maybe Annie's wandering around here. I still am not going to give up hope that that didn't happen. So I thought maybe she's up in the loft. So I opened up the door, and when I opened it up, I stood there for just a half a second to see if she was in there, and a huge snake was up on top of the door, and it fell down. So needless to say, and it slithered in there. It's still in there, I think. I left the door open, so maybe it found a different home. I'm not too I mean, if it would have fell on my head, believe me, I would have freaked out. I would have been like, ah. But mice are my big deal. I do not like mice at all. They scare me to death. I'll run a mile if I see a mouse. So anyway, I don't know if you can, oops, my battery's always low. I don't know if you can hear that wonderful breeze. I'm gonna sit here and just kind of pull some dry leaves off of my plants and kind of spruce things up a little bit. But I hope you're all doing well, and this will probably be an add-on to a video down the road. So anyway, this is me up at the barn doing my chores. All right, talk to you soon. Bye. So about 2 weekends ago, Samantha and I went to a gem festival, which wasn't very far from my farm. It's called Janoski's Nursery, and they have a farmer's market there too. And we really enjoyed the day. It was so hot. Okay, guys, this is my first time using my upgrade on my phone. My front camera worked, but the back camera didn't. So it was really hard. I bought a little camera, and you had to transfer the stuff from the camera onto the phone, and it was just that one extra step. So let me just show you around a little bit. I did rake because everything's been so dry. We did have rain just a little bit ago. It's about 8 o'clock on Friday morning. Today's August the 9th. And there's my little coneflowers, little daisies. This beside it is another little daisy. I planted it too close. I might get some mums maybe later today or tomorrow and plant those. I did clean up all my daylilies as much as I can. And right here, they say if you want them to bloom longer, you have to take, there it is, you've got to take those little pods Because if the flower starts developing these pods, it thinks it's done for the season, and they have little seeds in them. But if you take the pods off, then it says, oh, it's not time yet. I need to make more blooms. So, but I did try to do, they're scraggly, but I did try to clean up as much as I could. Yesterday, it was nice, and today it's not bad either. But I went rose crazy this year. See, this is all stuff that I could still pull out. I don't have anything as far as finished objects go. It's been a crazy, crazy, crazy summer. I was back and forth to Florida almost every 2 weeks. And as you know, my mom passed away on July the 10th. So we were all with her. And I'm going to do a separate video for her. It's just too soon. I've got a bad cold. I sound worse than I am. This is meadowsweet. So I bought 3 of those plants from a little place called Janoski's, which Samantha and I went crazy over. There's my plum tree. And those are 3 bushes, an elderberry and 2 raspberry bushes. So I am going to be experimenting with drying flowers, and I've been getting some inspiration from the 1824 Walker House YouTube. So I am going to put up a little farm stand. Hey girl. Oh, here's my figs. Look at these guys. These are heirloom. I got these over at a historic site called Old Economy years ago, and I'm getting some figs. I'm gonna definitely harvest those. I've got 2 here. Look at that one. And then here's my fledgling peach tree, although these are they're not that great. I don't think they've done much. But it's just been so hot, and the frost, I think, how many? What do I have? Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them. So I've been watching another podcast, and I'll have to put it up. I'll put it in the show notes. Here's my pear tree, and I have to look and see, is this a sickle pear? They're not ready yet. They're still really hard, but this guy needs trimmed in the fall. But this podcast, they're a market farm, and they get all dwarfs, and they said the best way to try to keep the blossoms from coming on early on your fruit trees is to plant them higher up. And I might heavily mulch my plum and my peach tree. The frost doesn't seem to bother this guy, so I always get pears. I got these are heirloom yellow raspberries, and Samantha picked them up for me. I don't know. They look a little better than they have. Maybe they'll make it. I'm babying them. I have some stuff coming today for my roses, so we'll see. They might make it. I mean, they look bad now, but maybe next year they'll pick up. And then I've got to plant these. And then some of my roses, I bought them on sale, and they are, they've got black spot. So they said to take a gallon of water and mix it with a teaspoon of baking soda and spray it on the leaves and take all the leaves off. Here's my blueberries, and they're doing good. So I've got 3 blueberry bushes. This one I just bought. I paid like $40-some for this one, and it just, I don't think I planted it right. I replanted it, and I think this weather just hit it hard. So the next week and a half, it looks like, here's another one. This is another blueberry. But the next week and a half looks like our weather's gonna cool down and get rid of some of this 90-degree heat. So let me show you I do the best I can with the weeding. It's hard. This is a, let's look. This is a honey Dijon. Look how pretty that is. And I did take all the leaves off, and I sprayed it yesterday, and it looks like that helped. Because I have there's a black spot. So I'm hoping, I don't know, yeah, those are black. I'm hoping it was okay. I mean, I dumped it on there too. Take you off. So look at all the ones I had to take off of there. I can't wait to see the blossom on that one. And these are ancient. They get like this every year. These are my lilacs. By the end of the season, they look like this, but they come back. They're like 100 years old. When I first moved here, I planted those from my neighbor. And you look good. We're gonna have to get some of these off of you so you keep blooming. Yeah. So, let me get deadhead this one. Hello, beautiful fig tree. So, I hate to cut it down. The heirloom. These are my lilies of the valley. I try to keep them weeded as best as I can. But I'm gonna fill all this in. I doused these ones too yesterday. There's a pretty yellow rose. I might have to take more leaves off of that today. That one looks pretty good. And there's my big taller trellis. So yeah, I'm just trying to keep up with everything. I got my hose out because, like I said, we had a terrible drought. And what's here? Let me show you this. This is pretty weird. All you garden people, explain this. I bought these 2 hanging baskets. They were both yellow. This one stays yellow, and this one turned purple. How does that happen? So I guess I'm gonna let the chicks out. I don't have anything to show you guys. I had a little video in the beginning, but you can only imagine it's been a crazy summer. So I do have lots of plans, and with the next video, I am going to show you my progress on the studio and let you know what my future plans are for my studio and for the farm. So thanks for joining me. Hope everyone's having a nice day, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Good night, Samantha. Good night, Jacqueline. Good night, Aunt Barbara. Good night, Uncle Johnny. Bye for now.